Headlines: House of Representatives seeks 6-year tenure for president rotation among zones. Public Complaints Commission, Bayelsa State, trains staff to enhance productivity. African Health Budget Network provides hazard fund for health correspondents. Welcome to the news bulletin on Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. My name is Damilola Babalola. Now the news in detail. Some members of the House of Representatives have proposed a bill to alter the 1999 Constitution as amended to provide for a single tenure of 6 years for the President and state governors. The lawmakers are also proposing a bill for the rotation of the office of President, governors, and local government chairmen amongst the 6 geopolitical zones and constituent parts of the state and councils areas, respectively. The bills, which are sponsored by Ikeagwonu Ugochinyere, Paul Namchi, Chimaobi Atu, and 27 others, also seek to alter the constitution to provide for 2 vice presidents. Ugochinyere, while speaking on the bills at a press briefing in Abuja, said the bills, if passed into law, would address governance issues, including reducing governance and campaign costs, uniting the country, and ensuring a seamless transition, amongst others. The newly elected Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Hajia Maimunatu Ibrahima, has called for the support of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, NILDS, in tackling the challenges facing the West African region. She made the appeal in Abuja while on a courtesy visit to the Director General of NILDS, Professor Abubakar Suleiman. Hajia Maimunatu Ibrahima, who is the first female speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, said she was hopeful that the NILDS would provide capacity building to the regional parliamentarians to enable them address the challenges in the region. Responding, the Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, NILDS, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, gave an assurance that the institute would collaborate with the ECOWAS Parliament, particularly in the areas of capacity building, conferences, and research. He also congratulated the Speaker and expressed his confidence in her ability to drive gender inclusivity in policy making. Highlight of the visit was the presentation of the Institute's publications and other insignias. The Honorable Chief Commissioner, Public Complaints Commission, Bayelsa State, organized a 3-day training workshop for members of the commission with the theme Training on Public Policy Advocacy. The Assistant Director of Investigation, Mr. Musaka Martins, while giving a vote of thanks on behalf of the participants at the end of the training session, eulogized the Federal Commissioner in charge of Bayelsa State, Chief Wangaga Degi Dise, who not only ensured that staff were promptly mobilized for the training exercise, but was also in attendance for the duration of the workshop to ensure that it was hitch-free. Gratitude was equally expressed to the Director of Investigation, Mr. Adoki Etempu Iworima, who was also on ground to ensure that proceedings went as expected in the course of the exercise. The trainers, who are from Mass Brood Concepts Limited, were highly praised for their wealth of knowledge and well-researched topics, accompanied with excellent delivering skills. Special appreciation was equally extended to the members of the staff of the Commission, who not only made themselves available in large numbers. The African Health Budget Network has committed 1 million naira as a start-up grant for the Emergency and Health Hazard Trust Fund for Health Journalists. The coordinator of the African Health Budget Network, Dr. Aminu Magashi, who announced this during the Congress of the Association of Nigeria Health Journalists in Abuja, immediately contributed 250,000 naira to the fund. The African Health Budget Network is a coalition of organizations and individuals dedicated to using budget advocacy to enhance health service delivery across Africa. Dr. Magashi explains that the Emergency Health Hazard Trust Fund aims to support health journalists facing physical and mental injuries, assault, theft, and flooding. He highlighted the risk associated with the profession and called for support for journalists as they fulfill their role in the society. Responding, the African Health Budget Network President Joseph Kadiri commended the African Health Budget Network for the gesture and promised transparency and accountability in managing the fund. We'll be back after the short break. Stay with us. State governments are getting set to eliminate the electricity subsidies in their territories as more states gear up to join in others in running their different power markets under their own laws. In a document put together by the Nigeria Governors Forum titled Development of the National Integrated Electricity Policy and Strategic Implementation, Plan Policy Recommendations by State Governments to the Federal Ministry of Power, the states also stated that they would implement different electricity tariffs in their domains. They made these recommendations based on the enactment of the Electricity Act 2023. The Electricity Act 2023 is a federal law which repeals the Electric Power Sector Reform Act and is the extant legal framework for the Nigeria electricity supply industry. In the report, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, revealed that subsidy on electricity for 2024 would go up about 3 trillion naira, whereas only 450 billion naira was budgeted for this purpose in this year's budget, adding that it was now different to sustain power subsidy. On business, as Nigerians expect premium motor spirits from the Dangote Petrochemical Refinery this month, petroleum marketers have started registering with the company ahead of loading the product. The marketers are registering as individual business owners, applying to get direct fuel supply from the oil refinery. This is even as the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria said it would continue talks with the company to get bulk supplies for its members who may not be able to buy a large volume of petrol from the refinery. Speaking at the recent African CEO Forum Annual Summit in Kigali, Rwanda, the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, expressed optimism about transforming Africa's energy landscape. He disclosed that as the sale of PMS begins this month, his refinery would end the importation of petrol into Nigeria. And finally, on sports, Premier League giant Arsenal have reportedly dropped their interest in Napoli striker Victor Osimhen due to his 130 million euros price tag amid player swap rumors. After 4 successful seasons at Napoli, Osimhen is expected to call time on his career with the 2022-2023 Serie A champions this summer, as confirmed by club president Aurelio De Laurentiis. The Partenope have fought hard to keep hold of the Nigerian international and agreed a new contract with their star striker last December, but his terms only run until the summer of 2026. With Osimhen's contract also including a release clause worth around 130 million euros, De Laurentiis has resigned himself to losing the former Lille man to one of Europe's financial powerhouses ahead of the 2024-2025 season. And this is the size of the news bulletin for today. But before we go, here's a recap of our major stories. House of Representatives seek 6-year tenure for president rotation among zones. Public Complaints Commission Bayelsa State trains staff to enhance productivity. African Health Budget Network provides hazard fund for health correspondents. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles. We are on YouTube and Facebook at Ombudsman Radio Nigeria and on X at Public Complaints Commission Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. You can also drop your comments on our WhatsApp using 070-7337-4504. I'll take that again, 070-7337-4504. My name is Damilola Babalola, and on behalf of the production team of Ombudsman Radio Nigeria, thank you for listening. Bye for now.
Ombudsman Radio, justice for all.
The Public Complaints Commission has the following specific and core mandates. Mandates to investigate and conduct researches in ministries, departments and agencies, companies and officials of these bodies. The Commission is mandated to have access to all information. It also has the mandate to make public its reports. The Commission is mandated to interpret policy and advise government and companies.